man, it's amazing what you can learn when you read the New York Times a day or so after an event. New York Times came out and they've warned, man. They saw this video of Zoran trying to bench press 135, and they put out a stern warning. And this is why the Gray Lady is so important to journalism. Praise God for this. And you remember this event? It was a men's event on the streets there, and they decided to go show their fitness, and this was happening at the same time, incidentally, that the topic of this little thing here, Pete Hegseth and RFK Jr., they had their thing going on. They had their men's event, their push-up and pull-up challenge, and neither men completed it. No, they said they did, but they didn't. But that was going on at the same time, roughly, as you had the socialist Zoran Mandami, who's back from his expensive wedding in Uganda, where he was there for 3 days. Uganda is not all that friendly to same-sex attracted or gender dysphoric, gender rebellious people, but he went there anyway because he's a man of the people. So he went. He tried to bench press 135. It took 2 guys to spot him. In New York Times, this caught their attention, and they're out with a stern warning.
Move up in the pole. This is how you move up in the pole. Yeah. This is how you move up in the pole. Yeah.
Yes, you said that. Yes, you've made that clear. This is a brilliant political move. Can I get a lift off with 135? Hey, is there an 11-year-old girl here who can lift us off for me? Here we go. Look at the bars. His arms are lax. He didn't lift that. That is not his effort. No, you're not going to get 3 because it's going to drop on his neck. And praise God, it didn't drop on his neck. That can be very dangerous. I wasn't wishing for that. And thank God for the New York Times. They came out and noticed this, and they have a warning about activities like this. Fitness experts caution against jumping into a difficult routine. Well, I mean, that wasn't really about what Mondavi did. It was, of course, what RFK Jr. and Pete Hegseth said they did. 100 push-ups and 50 pull-ups in under 10 minutes. What could go wrong? Well, if you're trying to impress actual fitness people, a lot went wrong. And if you want to make America healthy again, you should try to impress actual fitness people who can get behind you, or maybe be red-pilled. Say, wow, if these guys are this good on fitness, maybe they're good on other things. So they came out and they said they completed this in under 6 minutes each guy. They didn't do that. I don't think anyone actually completed it. And I'm talking about actual push-ups and actual pull-ups, not pretend push-ups and pretend pull-ups. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Because accuracy is super important. You might think you're doing one thing, but what if you're not? You might think you're protected as a business owner. You might think that you have the corporate shield. Hey, you know what? We're incorporated. We've got an LLC. So if we had some massive loss or an employee got hurt and it went beyond labor and industries and we had to pay or there was a lawsuit, at least we know that the lawyers, the ambulance chasers, can't come for our house and retirement account. What if I told you that might not be true? There's been lots of times where people have had companies set up by tax accountants and attorneys, or they've done it themselves. They've done it through one of the business websites, and they come to learn that they don't have any form of corporate shield. I'm going to give you a free way to find out. It's a free, no-obligation consultation with my friends at Visible. Simply sign up at their website. Go Visible with a Z, govisible.com. They'll tell you if you're protected, and if you're not, they'll solve that for you in 7 easy steps. It's govisible.com. So Pete Hegseth and RFK Jr., both of them, they're in good shape, no doubt. Both are ripped. They look good. I'm not certain that RFK Jr. is all natural. In fact, I don't think he's natty at all, and I don't think he's even shied away from kind of suggesting that. But they went in with a bunch of Department of Defense employees, soldiers, etc., and they created this fitness challenge. What they want you to do is try to do 100 push-ups and 50 pull-ups in under 10 minutes. What were the movement standards? Yeah, that's part of the problem.
Here we are in the bowels of the Pentagon for the Pete and Bobby Challenge. I think this was your idea, so I blame you. But it's all about Make America Healthy Again. We're going to be fit, not fat. We want recruits that are ready to go and challenge. What are we doing today, Bobby?
Well, Pete and I are going to do our part, encourage American youth to do this challenge. And the challenge is to do 100 push-ups.
Okay.
50 pull-ups.
He didn't do a push-up
in under 10 minutes.
She's
so
doing pull-ups, but she is using wristbands.
The top standard that we want to meet.
Not going to be able to do.
Okay. Movement standards matter. If you watch this carefully, Hegseth gets his chin over the bar, but does any man actually extend all the way down to the bottom? No, RFK Jr., that's not a push-up. When you're doing partial reps, it matters. Not push-ups, not fully extended. Why does this matter? You could say it's nitpicking. It matters because you need the fitness community. I know people who have great big audiences in the CrossFit community, YouTubers. I don't know them, but I follow them, never met them. They're trashing this, and they should be. And from a military perspective, Hegseth, you know better. You're not allowed to do push-ups like this. In the tiny little time I was at SEAL Fits in California, we had to do full drop pull-ups and full extension push-ups. And if it wasn't chest to the ground and full extension, they didn't count. In any CrossFit competition, a pull-up is a pull-up, and they're doing strict. Neither guy actually completed this. And then they went through and claimed all these absurd times. There were people who said they did this in 2.5 minutes. No, that didn't happen. All sorts of bizarre claims. 3:56?
3 minutes and 24 seconds. Gunnery Sergeant Prince.
Now, the dude is joked. Look at him. I don't have any doubt he's a bad blank. But no, I saw his push-ups. If you're going to impress the right community.
243. 243.
We want to send out a challenge to Sean Duffy.
I'm going to throw it on the military side a little bit too. Let's challenge the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Raising Cane, and then my friend on TV, Will Kane. How about the Pete and Bobby challenge? 100 push-ups, 50 pull-ups, but we hope America will take this challenge.
Those aren't
and you'll pass
pull-ups or push-ups. I applaud the effort, and I am amused by the New York Times. If people can't complete this, they're going to be the majority of people. In 10 minutes, most people can't do this. Most people kipping their pull-ups probably can't do this in 10 minutes. I'll go try it. I'll kip because I know I'm not going to get it done in 10 minutes in strict. I'll try it. Maybe I can get it done. Maybe I get it done in 8 minutes in strict. Maybe. It matters because they need the fitness community, but it matters for something else. They are now liars. Now, see, this is a problem because they're being seen by a new audience group. This new audience group that's experiencing it for the first time, and I'm not making this up. CrossFit YouTubers have said, I don't know who these guys are. I mean, I know who RFK Jr. is. I don't know who Pete Hegseth is. They've never heard of him. They don't follow political news, but they now view them as liars. And this is damaging because liars are all over politics. It's not fitness, but it's fitness for duty. This is the Washington Post reporting that Maryland Governor Moore calls false Bronze Star claim honest mistake after report. New York Times reported that when applying for a White House fellowship in 2006, Moore claimed in writing that he's a recipient of the medal. Shoots, he made a mistake. That happens to me a lot when I'm filling out an application for a government job and I say, oh, you know what, I'm a decorated combat veteran with the Bronze Star. Sometimes it just slips out of the mouth. I want the people in Maha to succeed. I want Make America Healthy again to succeed. I want that to happen because God gave us bodies to steward. He gave us bodies that need activity. And because weak men create weak times. And then it takes strong men to come and turn that around. In fact, weak people create weak times. God did not make us to be weak. He made us to be humble. And part of being humble is admitting, Pete and Bobby, you didn't complete your own challenge. Be humble enough to admit that.